businesses are facing a quantity and quality issue when it comes to candidate pools. From a quantity perspective, 2024 brings an extremely competitive job market, which in turn raises the number of applications per role. In fact, between January of 2021 and January of 2024, there has been a 3x growth in applications per role. Consequently, the hiring process has slowed dramatically due to a large amount of resumes being reviewed. And from a quality perspective, there's a growing skill gap. Nearly 1/3 of employers surveyed agree that the skills gap continues to increase from the year ago. This contributes to the difficulties of sourcing qualified candidates, with 87% of employers reporting that they have trouble finding qualified talent as a result. Between those two factors, it has become more laborious to get the right candidate for the right job. With Incorta, we can simplify this workflow. Here we can see the result of Incorta's capabilities, a neatly succinct dashboard showcasing my funnel for hiring. Some high-level information are items like number of applications for each job, a breakdown for the most qualified candidates to date, and candidate details. What's more is I can dig in a little bit further. Let's go ahead and start interacting with our co-pilot to find a little bit more about where we sit in the hiring process. First, let's see how many candidates we have. Now, let's see how many candidates we have that have at least 5 years of experience. Oh yeah, and maybe I want this candidate to have Python skills. And what's more is we might want to avoid hiring candidates that are working at Google. And with that, we find that Charles Walker might be the right candidate. Let's go ahead and search the resume corpus to see what skills Charles Walker has. So how did we take this tedious workflow and streamline it into an interactive experience? Simple. We leveraged the Incorta Data Studio. Here in Data Studio, you'll see that I have a table from Oracle Fusion, which outlines my candidate and the file path to their resume. We're going to create two distinct outcomes in this data flow. One, we are going to seed our corpus with resumes, and two, we're going to extract data from PDF, compare them to existing roles, and use an LLM to score resume matches. Then, ultimately, we'll save the output to Incorta. For corpus seeding, we use the download recipe to take PDFs from Azure Data Lake, or ADLS, and download them into our tenant directory hosted in Google Cloud Storage. Then we upload our file to our partnering RAG technology, Victara. As a result, we can now write prompts against this corpus of PDF documents, much in the way that I did with Charles Walker. Below, we run a small bit of Python to convert PDFs to text. Then we match them against existing job postings in Fusion. Then we leverage an LLM. Within the LLM, we've given a prompt to assess each resume as if the LLM is the hiring manager. Based on job description and resume, we can extract information like years of experience, previous company names, education, and even summarize their top 5 skills. Ultimately, the LLM can provide a job fit score. Once we're happy with the results, we can save them to Incorta, where the data will be served to the dashboard and made available to query through the Copilot. And there you have it, a complex workflow process that takes days, distilled down to a process that only takes minutes. While all of our Nexus's Copilot capabilities are exciting, some unique differentiators make our offering stand apart. First, this foundation of Incorta is its ability to create a digital twin of your source systems and flatten datasets without ETL pipelines. This means you have access to all of your data in your source systems down to the finest grain of detail. Next is our semantic layer, which serves as a tool to not only flatten datasets, but also franchise, secure, and govern your data. This means that datasets are secured, validated, and respect row-level security. What's also unique is that we deploy Nexus through an unlimited use model. You shouldn't feel the pressure to reduce usage costs by stifling critical business questions. Enjoy relevance by having access to your own Nexus instance, where you can access multiple LLMs and fine-tune your models. And finally, all this means that you have one truly enterprise-ready platform that can generate secure, accurate, and trusted results.